Hey guys, good morning. Just finished breakfast, got a coffee. We are about to begin a very long stream, probably 12 hours. Second day of our early access to Tomb Kings. We played yesterday for 43 turns. Well, Lord, so far I'm loving Tomb Kings. The challenging early game and full of flavor and a very unique faction. Perfect a new addition to the Warhammer, Total War Warhammer 2. Just a beautiful faction.
Oh my god! Have you seen that shit? Holy shit! What the hell?
Eric Tan, thank you for using Prime. Are we gonna send an expedition to kill the Border Prince? There are no Border Prince in this map, but it's Puni. It's Puni, and I'm saying that right? Yeah. If Border Prince are alive by the time when they start expanding with Cetra, we'll murder everybody with Cetra. Don't tell anybody, but the next campaign after this one might be Mortal Empires, etc. Conquering the whole world. A very long campaign. 3 weeks, guaranteed. Okay. Yeah, this will just save the game. Let's clear this. We're expanding into the Plane of Spiders. Katep doesn't look anything special, you know. He's just, you know, one of them flavor lords. Not as bad as Gorst because of the mounts, but his item is so fun. It's like, I mean, guys, maybe it's fun for me, you know. I'm one of them action RPG grinders, you know. I love grinding and finding items, you know, in games like Battle of Exile, you know, Diablo. And this item gives you magic item draw chance plus 60%. What does this mean? Pretty much nearly every battle you play with this guy, you get an item. That's how cool this is. Okay, 17. We're gonna take Chariot on 18 and the Casket of Souls of 19. Hopefully Casket of Souls makes him more than he seems. More than he seems. We definitely have to go for spells now. We don't want to hit the next tier of enemies without having a proper wizard, because we might not like what we see. We got the Osirian's Incantations of Vengeance. This is damage on a monster, preferably with a lot of entities. And the Restless Dead, it casts a map-wide regeneration every time you cast a spell. So, what the hell is going on? We'll talk a little about this. We are playing as Exiles of Nehek. This is the Grand Hierophant's Katep's faction. They start in far west, north as well, of Nagaroth. Here, the Force Viper, this is the end of Nagaroth, this is Lastria. So, the Grey Guardians and the Force Viper is the border between Lastria and Nagaroth. The starting province looks like a nuke went here, but I like terrain like this. You know, I like terrain like this. It's a wasteland, and there is no resources here. Just a good.
Oh my god! Have you seen that shit? Holy shit! What the hell?
Hey, I know. I love you too, man. I love you too. Thank you for your support. This starting province, the Ashen Coast, it's a wasteland. It doesn't look like anything special. Because it's not anything special, just, you know, far from other things, because it's behind the mountains. So you have initially hidden from the Dark Elves, other than ones here, and there are no resources here. And it's probably for the best there are no resources here. Why I say this? Because you might want to go greedy, and instead of building an important infrastructure building or a military building, you would build a resource and mess it up. This is not how the resources work for the Tomb Kings. Tomb Kings, they need resources for crafting, and for secondary comes trade. Unless you have trade partners, the resources will do nothing. because it just provides a minimal amount of resources. Trade is a huge income of gold for the Tomb Kings. So we've taken this province here. We actually had a very hard battles, very hard to battles at the beginning. You guys can watch the past broadcasts on profile, on videos, and also on YouTube if you go to the YouTube playlist. There were tough battles here. We nearly lost the first two battles. That's how tough it was. I screwed up on the second battle. I turned off the tax and forgot it would reduce my recruitment by 1. But we still prevailed, baited this army, recruited an army, defeated them, defeated everybody. You know, it was all according to plan. We dealt with the starting Dark Elves. It's no joke, guys, so be careful when you deal with the starting Dark Elves. You play with this faction. After that, we taken the Grey Guardians. Grey Guardians are a very strong province. It's these 3 regions. It's not all suitable. 2 are unpleasant. We have exotic animals, wine, and marble. I mean, at first these resources didn't look like they're gonna do much, because these are the resources for Tomb Kings. Just you get 10 cages. What is 10 cages? If you have a trade partners, 10 cages is 150 gold. Basically, it's better than the Avenue of Monuments if you have a trade partner, because a trade can be boosted more than this. So it didn't look strong at first, and after that we had an option to look at the Mazdamundi. It's like it's a suicide. Suicide going at Mazdamundi, don't even think about it. You might get lucky, you might bring him down, but if he uses the right for dinosaurs, he will delete you. Delete you. He caused a setback with my game with Marathi. I couldn't go south. Our starting units, tier 1, tier 2, even most of the tier 3 are way behind most other factions. Until you get the technologies, battle skills, these units gonna lose to most other units. So you need to use numbers, tactics, magic and stuff like that. Chariots are pretty good when used right, so this is probably the best units in the early game. Nehek warriors average at best. Shapti are good. These are above average tier 3 unit. We've not tried the Sepulchral Stalkers, but they look strong. And Tomb Guard without anything, without battle skills, followers, technologies, anything is just an average tier 3 unit. But with everything, it can get really good. It can get as strong as Graveguard, even more. Because there is so many things that can buff the Tomb Guard. So Tomb Guard in the end is probably slightly stronger than the Graveguard. Initially, the Graveguard is stronger. We have not tried the Catapult yet, but the first 2 tiers is a struggle. So you have to play carefully, you have to play smart. You get those rings to the lords, not go Rambo style. Use the Chariots well. The Chariots are very powerful because they are tier 1 and tier 2. It's very important unit in the game of the Tomb Kings, and you can use the Chariots throughout the game. Tomb Kings have great Chariots. They don't have the top quality Chariots in the game, but the Chariots are way more important this faction than any other faction in the game because of the early game combining other units. And these units, they hit hard. When used right, they're gonna kill any infantry in the game. So I tried to make Mazdamundi happy, and we did it. We only had 2 positive things, and with harassing the Savage Orcs, joining war against them, and starting to attack Moratti, we actually had a perfect opportunity to attack Moratti, and we did. This is another great province: iron, timber, obsidian. But why this province is so important in this part of the world? Because it has a unique building, the Sanctum of Quintex. Even for the Tomb Kings, this building is very powerful. Not as powerful as for other factions, but that would be too strong if it was powerful as for other factions. This faction could give you so much income that you would have a much easier time to do so. So this faction has a hard start, but when you get the Grey Guardians and the Iron Peaks, you solid. You have then further options to take the rest of Nagarot, which probably is the wise idea because Dark Elves hate us. So we'll be fighting with Maliki taking over this place. Why the Ancient City of Quintex was so important? There was a book here, the Book of Nagash, which I totally didn't think was anything special, because you know, plus 20% trade, campaign line of sight over the regions of golden idols, marble, and gemstones. It's like didn't look anything special, but it was a book. We need the book. But I was really, you know, I was like really wrong. You know, what happened? This book revealed regions all over the world with these resources. Most of the contacts with other factions were revealed to us. Very powerful stuff, and this was a huge boost to our economy. It was early in the game, no great power penalty. We are fighting Dark Elves. We have 10 trade partners. These numbers seem low because of low resources, but 1200 gold is a lot for Tomb Kings, especially this that early in the game. We're at turn 43, still early in the game. And getting this many trade partners is a big deal. Tomb Kings use gold for mortuary cult crafting. They use the canopic jars and gold to craft weapons, armor, charm items, talismans, arcane items. So all the items, they have some unique ones there as well. Awaken the Legions of Legend and new dynasties. And new dynasties, the gonna be after a while the only way to get more armies. And the more armies Tomb Kings unlock, the stronger they are. Prepare to be shocked here, guys. We are strength rank 1 by turn 40. Strength rank 1. People are scared of us. We're not just spooky scary skeletons, we are spooky scary skeletons with a strength rank to 1. Our units may not top every military right now in the game in manual battle, but we have so many units and so many armies, people are scared of us. And that's why a lot of diplomacy works where it shouldn't, because they're intimidated. So we are big stick number 1, and people are scared. People want peace treaties, people want trade agreements, people want alliances, because they don't want to be the next. They don't want to be next. And we can get even more armies. If you get these armies ahead of time and plan to get armies up all the time, you will keep up your military strength, and even in manual battles you will overwhelm the enemy. The Tomb King's strength to units, to me, I mean, so far, the way I see it, the Vampire Counts have better units, but it doesn't matter if they have better units. There are factions that have superior units to Tomb Kings, or even other than the Vampire Counts. Tomb King's power lies in tier 4 and tier 5. This is some really powerful units, and the Vampire Counts don't have such units. Overall quality, I would say the Vampire Counts have better units, because you know, you're not gonna struggle early game. You're gonna immediately get solid, reliable units which will fight. But because the Tomb Kings have unique mechanics, no recruitment cost, no upkeep cost, can unlock armies in different ways, make you have much more powerful armies. You know, their lords, Kark says, you know, send the legions. They are not kidding. You know, you're gonna have legions. Tomb Kings, as a Tomb Kings player, you're gonna have probably more armies than with any other faction. And once you unlock a lot of tier 4 and tier 5 cities, the military infrastructure.
Oh my god! Have you seen that shit? Holy shit! What the
Hey Firefox, thank you for your support. The military infrastructure to Tomb Kings is more important than for any other faction. Just because how unique this faction, how it works with the income, upkeep, recruitment costs. So with other factions, you're not going to unlock tier 4, tier 5 recruitment settlements everywhere. But if your economy allows it, if you build tier 4, tier 5, if your growth allows it, the more tier 4 and tier 5 settlements you have, the more powerful Tomb Kings get. And as the Tomb Kings get more of these buildings, tier 4 and tier 5, they can become the most powerful faction in the game, no competition. Just because how unique this faction is. So they start weaker, but as they expand and gain power, they can become the most powerful faction in the game, just because how many of these buildings they can get. They can support the largest, most elite armies in the whole game. But overall quality of the units is not as as high as some other factions. So the more provincial capitals you get, tier 4 and tier 5, the more of these units you unlock. These are very powerful units. Nobody's going to be able to stop you. These units are pretty insane, the tier 4 and tier 5. Every single one of these units is strong. So as if your economy allows it, which you should if you're careful, you will unlock a lot of these buildings with smart growth on the provinces, and you're gonna get so many of these units, nobody's gonna be able to do anything. And this makes the Tomb Kings probably the most powerful faction as they expand and get more tier 4 and tier 5 buildings. If you get tier 5, like 5-6 tier 5 cities with a couple of necrotechs, you already can recruit bigger and stronger armies than anybody else in the world. But you have to get there, you have to get tier 4, the growth is slow, the money is slow, so I love this when there is a faction which you have to be careful managing gold, you know, min-maxing, micromanaging. Now, Tomb King is one of those factions which, you know, the better you do it, the more powerful they get. So you get rewarded for doing it right, more than pretty much any other faction in the game. There are definitely factions in the game that get really rewarded if you micromanage growth, economy good. Because, you know, for example, before in the past with vampire counts, if you're careful, you know, the moment you unlock tier 4, you should be first to unlock tier 5 with all the factions. Immediately start those tier 4, tier 5 economy buildings. If you did it right, you just have overwhelming advantage for the rest of the game. Because the vampires are slow, both in tier 4 and tier 5 growth and technologies. But if you do it right, you can get such a huge advantage about getting those buildings early and just getting all that juicy tier 4 economy money early. And as you get more, just it's very expensive to you know, get this with vampire counts. If you do it right, you get huge advantage. It's the same thing here, except you don't have access to so much money as the vampire counts, and you don't have even that much growth as the vampire counts. But if you get a couple of provinces with tier 4 and tier 5 and more of these, you're gonna have access to some very powerful units, and the more of these you get, the more powerful you get. And this is how important is this military for the Tomb Kings. You want to build this everywhere, because there is nothing else to build. You want to build this everywhere. These 6 buildings you want to have in every provincial capital. And once your armies get full of these units, these are all constructs. This is the Tomb King's most powerful units. So basically you have these constructs. You have like a Hara Horseman, you have this artillery unit, and you have the Tomb Guard as the top tier units of, you know, for the army compositions of the Tomb Kings. You can still use the Chariots. Everything else at that time when you are expanded high enough, probably gonna drop. It's always to it's not worth it, because you need to be careful not to get rebellions. So rough start, mid game picks up. The more skills technologies you have, the tombs get more powerful. But the real power lies in tier 4 and tier 5 buildings. The more you get, the more powerful you get, to the point when it's most powerful faction in the game. Because those units are really strong, really strong. You might have a limit how many of these can get. If you get this, you have 2 Megapolis Knights and 1 Megapolis Knights with halberds, so you only unlock 3 of these units. The Statue of Fact will give you 1 Ushapti Great Bow, 2 Ushapti. The Scorpioness will give you 2 Stoop Scorpions. The Restored War Sphinx statue will give you only 1 War Sphinx. The Restored Necro Sphinx statue will give you only 1 Necro Sphinx, and only 1 Hero Titan here. But there are ways to increase this. Even there is a hero called Necrotect. He's specialized around the constructs. He can buff the constructs, repair them, increase replenishment, and then increase capacity on the cavalry, Scorpions, Ushapti, Necrosphinx, Kenyan War Sphinx, and the Hero Titan. So Necrotect is very important if you want to unlock the best units in the game. So it's a very important hero. This all will just double your tier 5. So very important to have that Necrotect when you get a tier 4, tier 5, because these units are very powerful. At that point, anything lower than tier 3, except maybe Chariots, will become irrelevant. As long as you have enough of these buildings, enough necrotects. Anyways, what is going on right now in diplomacy? Enough talk about Doom Kings. I'm sure you guys you're gonna find this useful. We are number 1. We are allied with our king. We are allied with Clan Rictus. Clan Rictus, who is in a really bad spot here, because we gave peace treaty to Murati. We're gonna resume this war. We are at war with the Blue Vipers to just, you know, kiss ass of Mazdamundi. We no longer need to kiss his ass anymore. I think the south is secured. Mazdamundi is a huge threat until we get tier 4, tier 5 buildings. So war with Mazdamundi should be ignored, should avoid at all costs. Even if you need to kiss his slimy frog ass. Hagrave, their military is broken. We're just basically just murdering their settlements. Nagarond is number 2. Malak declared war on us. He didn't like us backdooring his mommy. So I'm not sure if he's gonna act on this, because he's still at war with Norska. He probably will attack, but I don't think he has high tier armies, so we'll be fine. If he has his lower tier armies up to tier 3, our Charioteer king will kill him. We have near Malekith, we have this army here. This is the king of the 6th dynasty, Alhazar II. He is very strong for the early game. This is the first one I unlocked. Very strong. Increase the capacity for the chariots, for the speed, for weapon strength also. In my opinion, unlocking the 6th dynasty first and this lord is the best way to start. Of course, if you're in the desert, you might want to consider this guy, but getting 4 chariots early game, chariots are the strongest units early game. These are tier 1 and tier 2 units, and he buffs them as well. This guy early game is the strongest. These 3 technologies are for chariots, so you have to unlock the 1st dynasty after. I unlock the chariots. I'm a big fan of the chariots. I fetish on the chariots. A lot of people don't use the chariots because they hate them. They don't know how to use them. They can't be bothered to micro them. But chariots, when used right, are some of the most powerful units in the game. And chariots and the Tomb Kings are very important units. This is the Eye of the Vortex campaign. The only part of the old world is this small part of the southern Badlands. The Gorgazan and Galbaras. This is a different campaign. Mortal Empires will be next, with Shattered Imperishable going for world domination. This is most likely the next campaign. These guys have a book, but look at this army. They have 2 Bestigors, rank 7. They have a Savage Orcs Beacons, rank 7, rank 9. This is nasty stuff. Very hard battle difficulty makes this army insane. You need to send like 2 armies and you're gonna have serious casualties. We should probably ignore this until we get tier 4 and tier 5 units, because this is insane. If you guys watched my quest battle, you would have seen the Beastmen rank 4 having actually doing good in a battle. As I complained so many times in the past, the war herds, the Beastmen herds, they need to have quality units when they spawn, so to be considered any threat. And quest battle, I set rank 4 in the past, because this is the rank where on very hard should be formidable opponent no matter what unit. And the quest battle had all 4 rank 4 and some rank 3 units. And we actually had a hard time fighting a Beastman army. Armies like this, full of experience, veteran units, doesn't matter what tier they are on legendary, very hard battle difficulty, they are a threat. They are a threat not to be taken lightly. This is a Pyrrhic victory at best if we send our best army. But they have quality units here. They have quality units here. Even the rank 7 spiders are good. So this is a big problem here. We need a serious army to attack this. What is the reward for getting the book? Lord Recruit rank +3. wound recovery time reduced, and cannot be just 250. This should be ignored at all costs until we get serious armies. This is a problem, guys. They fixed the battle difficulty. They fixed the battle difficulty very hard. Again, we have Warhammer 1 battle difficulty, the hard game. If you don't do the battles right, if you don't have the right units, you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose your heroes, you're gonna lose your units, you're gonna lose battles. Game is hard again. Game is hard. So attacking this is a suicide right now. This is a very powerful army right now. The spider is a huge problem. With real very hard, this unit can route a lot of units. We are undead, so it doesn't matter us. But other factions on very hard is gonna have struggle with this. When do you see 2 Arachnarok spiders rank 5 in a regular army? Never. But when you do, you suffer. Okay, so we're taking the Pits of Zardok. Our friends here, the Thief Snatchers, they're not our friends. We don't have friends. We deal with people out of necessity. We don't want to deal with people, but we have to until we get strong enough to murder everybody. So the Thief Snatchers, the Rogue Army, they have 3 armies, and they're actually fighting the Dark Elves. We tolerate their existence. They actually stopped raiding us. They actually stopped raiding us as well. They initiated diplomacy with us. They parked at the capital and they were raiding. And I thought they're gonna declare war, but no, they asked for an aggression. I accepted. And ever since, they've been providing some military presence in our provinces, so the Dark Elves don't get any ideas. They don't have very powerful armies, but they are definitely annoying to our enemies. So we're gonna tolerate the greenskin infestation in our provinces for now. This army is actually pretty decent. So for now, we're gonna tolerate the Thief Snatches, and we're gonna fight other Dark Elves. We actually got a new non-aggression with these guys, right?
Corpse, speak.
Yeah. We're gonna take the capital, of course. This is the Plain of Spiders. We need to take the capital. The next province is the Red Desert, and we have the Obsidian Peaks in the mountains. These are owned by our enemies. These 4 regions here. We broke their military. How did I get this income? Trade. Thanks to the surprisingly powerful Book of Nagash, the second Book of Nagash. It revealed parts of the world to us and gave us plus 20% trade boost. We are not producing much resources, but once we're producing and the amount of trade partners we have are making money. Special, can I show the special stance TKs have? There is the Entombed Beneath the Sands. It's basically an encamp stance. It gives armor the Sand Veil. It's a buff that gives you a strong stock. Gives units Vanguard deployment, immunity to attrition, replenishment, and global recruitment access. It's basically an encamp stance with additional buff, Vanguard and the Sand Veil.
Find my harem.
This is King Neferkare.
Not to be trusted.
Yesterday, I found out that not this thing.
You need help.
That the channel well necrotect only works for specific infrastructure, for a specific building, not all buildings. Otherwise, it will be too powerful. It only works for these buildings. It's still good to stack, especially for the tier 3 ones. This one is expensive. 3,000, 4,000 is quite a big goal for Tomb Kings. So we're going for the Clarax Spire.
Advance.
gonna send one of our new legions north. I have four legions. Four.
Submit to your king.
This one is a new recruit. Any quality we can add here? We can add the archers. Okay. What do we get here? What barracks? Tier 1? Oh, Tier 1 gives 4 skeleton archers. I'm getting more military infrastructure in the Asian coast.
Submit to your king.
Until then, we're just gonna fill this army with enough units. Yeah. This is, oh yeah, this has to go back to his army. I was scouting if Malekith was close by. The voice acting is incredible in this faction.
Attack and destroy.
Yeah, this is currently our second best legion army. This is our main army. Yeah.
They challenge me.
This is the capital of the Shadow Wood. We need to resume war with the Marathi so the clan Richter survives. We are ally with them, and I'm gonna keep them as ally. Nice to have a buffer here.
Shatter their bones.
Yeah. I'm gonna play this battle. Definitely not auto-resolving on this next to the enemies. And this army is the King Alcazar II, is the Lord you unlock with the 6th Dynasty. He has a special trait for Chariots. Very strong early game, this Lord. Probably the most powerful thing you can get early game. In this army, we are using 6 missile chariots. They're basically the same as the skeleton chariots, but have an archer. The stats are the same. There might be a different attack interval in this unit compared to the one without the archer. This is pretty powerful. Pretty powerful. This is the Tomb King's best chariot. And we have nearly all the buffs for these chariots. We use 4 mid-shields, the Skeleton Warriors. They have our Regiment of Renown mid-shield. Yes, they have the Regiments of Renown. The King Nehek Scorpion Legion. It's actually quite decent unit for being a Regiment of Renown of a mid-shield. We also have 2 units of the Neghara Warriors. One is the Legion of Legend, the Ethereal Neghara Warriors. Neghara Warriors are basically swordsmen, Emperor swordsmen, just a little more offense. The Legion of Legend has Ethereal, but no armor. Has a lot of HP for Ethereal unit, but has 120 bodies, so no surprise. We also in this army have Legion of Legend, the Flock of Jaff. The Carians are really squishy. This one is tougher. Most other area units will kill this, but this is a harassment unit. It's not supposed to fight a fair battle. You avoid fair engagement with the Carians. Just always flank and make sure it attacks something that cannot defend. We also have 4 units of Skeleton Archers. Skeleton Archers are pretty good. It's the first tier 1 unit that requires capacity of non-infantry. It's basically a Goblin Archer, possibly higher rate of fire than a Goblin Archer, but not by much, with better range. And when I say Goblin Archers, I don't think a bad thing. Goblin Archers have 120 bodies, and they do damage, especially on units that are not armored. This unit has 140 range, makes them a way better Goblin Archer. And I think they have even better rate of fire than Goblin Archers, maybe have the same. The Regiment of Renown, Skeleton Archers, they have Thunder Armor, and they also have better range.
Nehekara will be mine.
In an army like this, it's good that the mid shields get killed, so we trigger the Realm of Souls. Realm of Souls is a good buff, especially when you can spawn a unit of monstrous infantry enemy on the battlefield. So earlier phase of the game, as long as you're using a lot of first tier 3 units, the Realm of Souls will be pretty good. But as you're adding more and more constructs to the army, you might not trigger the Realm of Souls often or at all. because you really need mid shields for this. At least tier 2, tier 3 units. With the constructs, you're not gonna trigger this. And it doesn't really matter if you don't trigger it in the constructs, because the constructs don't have this buff. So the Realm of Souls loses value as you unlock the higher tiers. Otherwise, it will be too powerful. Yeah, ooh, I love this battlefield. I love this battlefield. Can you imagine an army of the dead during broad daylight? I feel like that would be scarier than army of the dead during the daylight. During the night, my bad, during the night. It's like, the undead don't care, nobody's safe. Nobody's safe, we're coming for you during day as well. Nobody is safe. We're gonna get you. Okay, Chariots don't have any value really here. This is a open field unit. We have one ram. We might as well use it. This army really needs open field because of the chariots. This is a charioteer general, so in a real siege he'll have issues. I'm gonna send one of the mid shields with the ram. They're definitely gonna go on the wall. We don't have the good units to tag the wall. And what do we have here? 3 more on. Might as well put this guy aside. The Dark Shards are no joke, guys. They're doing more damage than ever. This is the real legendary now. You should have seen what it did to me. One of the battles nearly killed my lord in a couple of walls. Serious damage.
I am reborn.
Guys on a horse now. Yeah. Is it 30% or 35? 35. Not all cavalry have 35% shield on the mounted. Better be careful. The Lich Priests are easy to get killed by the Dark Elf archers. I'm talking about like 5 walls, he's dead. We'll keep those guys busy. Every unit in this army is expendable. Every single one. So we don't care about casualties. Have you seen the damage? What the fuck? It's like reminds me of Rome 2 range damage. That's insane. The difficulty is back in the game, boys. Jesus. That's one volley there. We did not have this difficulty until now on the Warhammer. This is crazy. I nearly lost both my first battles, and with a tier 5 unit in the army. Yeah, the towers are better. Towers are better. Karen is still doing good here. I'm gonna have to be sacrificed so we avoid other damage. Shooting my chariots there with their insane range. Go here. At least they put some units there on the wall. Artillery units are going up. This guy has a heal, so we should definitely use it. We trigger the rest is dead on everybody. Holy shit, the voice acting in this faction is amazing. Carrion, when they landed, they're pretty good because they have 51 melee defense. You have to be careful, the hero can get killed easily if those guys shoot. Oh, that guy got terrified. This guy has terror. they can deal with this unit in melee. These are ethereal sword infantry. Really tanky. Healing helps them a lot. This healing, or the healing from the Restless Dead. We cast a spell and the Restless Dead gets triggered for 7 seconds. Lost our Legion of Legend, but they bought us time. Come on, man, close the door. Don't be like that. This is madness! Fucking scared skeleton's gonna get me! They have huge boners! Yeah. Good guy. Let's damage this unit. Let's see how much damage this does. Oh shit, it's actually pretty good damage. Love this faction, man. Love this faction. That guy's getting killed. His arm penetrated. It's another king inside. Come on, don't kill him much. You need a killing blow. Oh, he did. Lost his head. Right on time. Right on time. That timing. Let's send terror there. Yeah.
For Nehek.
Time to go!
Fight! Strike!
If we want to cast this spell again, the units are healing. They might even reanimate. I will not say resurrect, because they've all been resurrected.
Legions forward!
Legions forward. That's it, boys. We no longer call them armies. They're legions. Legions of the dead.
My way! Attack the living!
Dynasty, they even have the lines for this. Yeah, this guy's still here. He does archer shoot him. You try to defend, we're gonna shoot you from the inside.
Tomb King!
They're routed.
Now bring my chariot!
Bring my chariot soon, friends. Soon we get your chariot. We didn't trigger even the first healing there. Red screen and reboots, man. That sounds like a red screen. That sounds like a graphic card.
I alone shall restore Nehek.
They added a lot of new voice lines. A lot of new voice lines with Tomb Kings. Got the Leech Bomb Pennant. I guess we're gonna put it on our general. This is the capital, so we occupy this.
New city.
My new city!
Bathe me in power.
Yeah, we got the mission complete. Okay, we lost the Carrion. In 10 turns we'll get it back. We need to get this unit. This has some powerful units here. Rank 20, rank 23, rank 30. The Necrosphinx. Psh, give that shit to me. Give that shit to me. Can't wait to use the Necrosphinx. Necrosphinx looks like that the real damage dealer. The Hero Titan has powerful damage. He's slow. His attack animation also looks very slow. He's strong because he provides the Spirit Conduit, as a Spirit Leech and a Shamsbury Gaze has a lot of health. It's tank crowd control with good damage and support. He's not really a damage dealer. Even on one-on-one combat, he'll have a difficult time killing stuff in time, like for example a giant. This is a slow support unit with devastating damage when it actually hits. We're gonna have probably 12 hours today.
Land of the dead.
Prince Yanhanza. This is our Tomb Prince. You have to be careful to get rank 20. The heroes are now more vulnerable since the difficulty got fixed. We'll make him a fighter, so he can fight single targets.
Is ignorant.
Well, how do you compare that logic, Bronlock, to Dragon of Shagot? Yeah. It's not a mummy, it's actually a statue, that's why he's slow.
Arise, my warriors.
This guy is going to the that army there. Army capacity is the limit, yeah. We am actually getting decentish money here. We'll put the upgrades here again. So, do I get another hero or work another dynasty? I want the one with public cores since we are starting to expand. This one here is strong. This one gives us a Cambrian War Sphinx. Additional tradable resources produce 10%, so give us one additional resource. This guy will give us some money if we have 4 more resources. I actually forgot I wanted to get something here first. The Herald of Mahark. This will unlock a unique follower. Buffs the Tomb Guard armor and Tomb Guard weapon strength. And we have several Tomb Guard units in the main army. Tomb Guard get a lot of power from buffs, battle skills, technologies, followers, and so forth. How can you host someone who doesn't like Chariots? What do you mean? Who doesn't like Chariots? I'm gonna remove him from my host list. Pretty sure I didn't host Corn Champion yesterday. Okay, having Chariots in his army is like having something very rare. Never. Wild Bill doesn't like Chariots. Oh man, no more host for him. He's dead to me. He's dead. I hosted Wild Bill yesterday. Yeah. Yeah. This is our best province. Might as well be our capital. The ancient city of Quintex is a powerful settlement. Growth here is actually good. We can get even more, getting more tier 3 stuff, but the climate is unsuitable. It's frozen, so it takes a lot of money to build here. I think sulfurates could give us some money. This will definitely stabilize to the point we might even remove these from the capital. I'm actually gonna remove these from the capital for the wine. Not yet though, not yet.
Yes, Your Highness.
Yeah. Oh, finally we get immortality here. So the Lich Priests, they get immortality on rank 12. This complex distillation not only preserves the drinker in glorious unlife, it also increases their physical resistance to attack. I lost a couple of Lich Priests, some of them on decent rank. Lich Priests are very strong. This is strong stuff. Replenishment, Immortality rank 12, and they're wizards. They're wizards. Not as powerful as the flying wizards, but a wizard with a replenishment. Psh. Hell yeah! If this guy was one of them, this is a special type of wizard. You would have that scouting. Can you imagine scouting instead of replenishment? Yuck. Scouting is nice, but instead of replenishment, hell no. This one is very nice, because when recruiting new stuff, you can have actually multiple of these. The best wizards are the ones that are flying. But this is the next best thing. Replenish troops on a wizard.
I suspect treachery.
Treachery! What, no buff for the Chariots? Oh, this is a Chariot buff. 8 melee defense for the Chariots? Holy shit! Oh my god, those Chariots are gonna get even crazier. I didn't even see this. 8 leadership and 8 melee defense for the Chariots. And Tomb Guard. Tra, the Great Father, symbolizing mortality and eternity, the ruler of Negaharan Pantheon has always taken care for the well-being of his children. Whenever you play Tomb Kings, the King Alhazar II will always be a charioteer. If you get this guy, don't get the Chariots, shame on you. Shame on you. So we get +2 range for the Tomb Prince recruitments, faction-wide, and 8 melee defense and 8 leadership for Tomb Guards and the Chariot units. This is some pretty impressive stats for a tier 2 unit. Tier 2! Look at all these green buffs. Tier 2. Okay.
Address me as
Here's the access to Skeleton Chariot and the Cambrian War Sphinx. Cambrian War Sphinx is like the ultimate chariot for these guys. As it's part of the charioteers. So you start with a chariot and then you get a Sphinx later. So this is like the construct chariot. What is the elixir buff on Tomb Princes? Hit points and fire resistance. Because they have a weakness to fire. Okay, we got iron, we just need canopic jars to unlock these units. I want to unlock these units. Megapolis Knights. Holy shit, this unit looks insane. This unit looks insane. This is like the next Demgriff tier unit. Demgriffs, you know, if you want to consider them, you know, the knights, you know, best knights in the game, best cavalry in the game. This probably is next to Demgriffs. Not only these guys looks really cool, but they're deadly and effective. Hoping I'm gonna be happy with them as well. Megapolis Knights is a strong unit. It's a tier 4 unit, and you have a tier 5 version, which are anti-large. This thing will probably kill most of the large units and anything that is not mounted. If you're not mounted, you're gonna get knocked down, because this guy is a large monster. Large cavalry monster, whatever you wanna call it. And they are anti-large. These guys can fight large or infantry, it doesn't matter, this damage is good. As these guys are tough and they have poison. And the Legion of Legend, this might be one of the strongest units in the game. The Legion of Legend. Look at that HP. Look at those stats. With poison. This might be one of the strongest units in the game. Hope I'm not disappointed. What do you mean? Who said something about ineffective? That word did not come out of my mouth. The Megapolis Knights look very powerful. I have not crafted any items yet. I've been focusing economic jars to get an extra army. Extra army has a priority over crafting items. Keep that in mind. The second army, not so much. Priorities on the items. Is the special necrotech cheaper than regular colonizing? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And we should definitely use them here. If it's convenient, it's powerful. If it's not convenient. So we got a Herald of Mahrak. With gilded bones and magically honed blades, the golden host of Mahrak were the glory of the 3rd Dynasty. This is a huge buff for Tomb Guard. This is like an additional battle skill. This is gonna make Tomb Guard very strong. Additional armor, weapon strength. This Rasfa guy here. Doing corruption here.
Attend your king, slaves. Arise, my warriors. Great ritual.
This is the whole army, it's not a banner. And Luna, yes, yes I do, yes I do.
Lord of the Black Court.
I am the first sorceress.
This is a good city here, but we're gonna be bored in Nagaron. These guys can fight off Malik in open field.
Destroy all.
We can out-resolve this one. Tomb Kings have a very good replenishment with a Lich Priest in the army.
Arise, my legions. Rise. Witness my eternal
This
majesty.
puts us 3 out of 4 Shadow Wood. Our allies, Clan Rictus, control Circle of Destruction. This is the one here. We are next to Nagaron, and that's not good.
Is ignorant.
Ignorant. We're gonna sack it. We're gonna sack his city. This guy will get pain skills as well. 5% replenishment and rest Canopy Jar here.
Definitely not.
Put, let's put another carrion here. I'll be waiting for the Legion of Legend to come back. So what do we need to unlock this guy? 300 Canopy Jars. We're gonna save for the Megapolis Knights.
My will be done.
I'm gonna wait, I think, few turns for this. I don't wanna commit high treachery here.
Tomb King. For the mortuary.
This is a tier 4 capital here. We strike. How many settlements does this faction have? They declared war on us. They attacked us. We defeated them. They have 4 settlements left.
Cruelty.
We have to destroy them before they recover their military. I think they're gonna get confederated, but still nothing. Check the rest of diplomacy for a second. Okay. Rakov Dynasty is still warring Camry. Camry actually recovered, but still not in a very good position.
Servant of Nagash.
Followers Nagash. Version -50. Doesn't like the rest of the Doom Kings.
Submit to your king.
Doom Kingdoms. We are trading with them, but not any other pacts.
What do you desire?
They're fighting the followers Nagash, that's good.
Within my vast power, I shall make it so. My will. Stop this!
Okay, non-aggression is good. Camry. Cetra actually offered us an alliance. We're definitely gonna ally with Cetra.
I am Cetra. You should bow. No,
I think the alliance is close. Maybe we should give him some money. But how much money does Yunhei have? He has a lot of money. Money is not an issue for him. He can't spend on anything. Money is useless to the Tomb King's legendary AI. They will build anything anyways.
Asap smiles on us.
What is wrong with you, woman? Give me trade.
What do you want of the warrior queen? You fool!
Why you say no? She doesn't have money.
Absolutely not!
Oh man, she's something else. She offered us military access before trade agreement.
Address me as your highness.
Numas will get wrecked by the Camry, which is good.
Do you know who I am?
No idea.
These lands are ours by the right. Impossible!
Impossible. There's a lot of Dark Elves alive. They're not very aggressive in confederating anymore, at least for so far. Every post-predictors lost their port. Have good relations with a lot of high elves, but this will change because of the great power now.
Is it true that nothing can live in Nehek? Futile.
They won't trade, but they don't want non-aggression. Greedy high
Can I
elves.
offer assistance? Representatives from Nehek. How wonderful.
No. I realize you can know no rest. All right.
Exiles is more open to diplomacy with us. Yeah.
At your what brings the kings of Nehek to? I cannot do this.
No confederation for Tomb Kings. I'm a translator, man. My ancient Mexican sucks. Sarma is a very good food in Croatia. Don't tell Mazda Mundi, because we're right now kissing his ass. But I'm developing a special hate towards the Lizardmen as the Tomb Kings. Hey, my friend, what is up? Oh man, he's so dead. The moment I become a superpower here, take it to Dark Elves, he's the first to die. He's the first to die. He's the first on my kill list. The moment I become a superpower here. Don't get fooled, guys. You might have the numbers, but the Lizardmen is still a huge threat. But that dinosaur incantation will delete us. Yeah. I guess we're gonna attack this capital here. We're gonna wait these a few turns. Not intimidated by these peasants. Maybe they won't have met us in the field.
Now we go.
Let's look. We're raiding you. Come and get us. That's actually good income. Yeah, let's attack Storakor. Should definitely unlock more heroes as well. I want one Tomb Prince in the field. This one here. This is our main army. Luminarch that gives ranks to the two princes. Where are the books of Nagash? It's a different locations for every faction, I think. The closest one is north of us, and then Mazdamundi. We're not really gonna focus on the books until we establish an empire. We cannot even do the final battle during the early access, so it's not a priority right now. There is a very powerful book in Lastria, the most OP book, but we need a tier 4, tier 5 army to get it reliably. From judging from the looks of those armies that are guarding the books, probably a powerful army down there. I'm not sure if their books are random. Different each campaign, okay, that's good then. And we got lucky with that book at Marathi. I mean, they might be there, but you get different effect, right? That would be more make a lot of sense. Should you guys show the units? Who wants to see the units? Should we showcase the units again? We can have some casualties here. Chariots are useless here. Yeah. You have to be careful, this guy can get killed by the Dark Shards. You have to stay out of range of the Dark Shards. We'll send our Hero Titan on the gate. Together with Dushapti. But we don't have any really mid shields here. Someone has to take the damage, initial damage. He's not close yet, no, he's still in a couple of ranks. This is the Regiment of Renown. This is the Tomb Kings, basically fighting like Anekara warriors. Looks pretty good. On Katep we have 10% physical resistance for Tomb Guards as well. So with Katep, Tomb Guard get pretty strong when you get everything. I almost feel like I want to send the archers first. But I like having these archers with experience. I mean, this set of fire is very good. Yeah. Shapti is good, but don't think it can fight 3 units at the same time. Two Shapti can. Yeah. don't have flying units here. You shoot those archers on the wall. They deployed right. I definitely noticed AI improvements. The page notes are not nonsense. They actually increase the brain cells. Yeah. Send it to guard. You look at how fast this guy is getting killed by skeleton archers. They have shields. The Hero Titan taking damage, but this is what we wanted. Hero Titan has kept replenishment because of the all the replenishment we have and the neck protect. Prince inside. Jump to the rampage. Oh, they have big shells. Wall should get cleared if the Tomb Guard ever gets on the wall. They don't have enough firepower to take down the Hero Titan. He said something like, Mambo Jumbo this, Mambo Jumbo that, we kill them all. Damage on the construct is minimal, the replenishment will still take care of everything. Shaft is murdering people here. This unit gets so much stronger with experience. The low rank ones did not look good.
Next in line. Break them. Animals.
Get out of here! I would say minimal damage here. All within the replenishment here. Very happy with the replenishment. Very happy with the replenishment. Titan taking a lot of damage, but somebody had to take damage here. The initial volleys of the the dark shards when you approach the wall are deadly. Have a kept replenishment on Hero Titan. Sharp did the massacre there. 166 kills. Getting better and better experience. Hey Hawk. The archers did a good job as well.
Oh my god! Have you seen that shit? Holy shit! What the hell?
Hey, grab it! Thank you, support. You can see here, replenishment. It's not kept, but it's close. It's because of the unpleasant climate. It's 42% here. But we have 10% being the Exiles of Nehek. There's a base replenishment inside the city. Then we have additional replenishment from the Lich Priest, and the Necrotect gives replenishment to the constructs as well.
Is ignorant.
You can only pick one. Oh, you can only pick one. I'll be too powerful. You can pick all of them. This is late. Megapolis Knights require expensive infrastructure. The Scorpions are great, and they definitely close the gap with our infantry. Together with Tomb Guard, we're gonna have a strong infantry line, strong battle line. Look at the Scorpion sting. Unanimated by a ceremony of awakening, the Tomb Scorpion's carapace is infused with residual power from the corpse within the to swarm and kill the enemies of its master. If we had the Megapolis Knights unlocked, I would have gone with that. But this is gonna be my first tier 4 building to build because they look very good. Have you guys seen that battle against the Rebel Tomb Scorpion? It took me 10 minutes to kill it. What the hell? That is insane unit. Makes the Vargulf look so bad. Are we gonna get those guys? We're gonna get those guys. Oh, I thought this was the capital. I got wrong city. This is the capital. I mean, we're gonna take a province here. We're gonna we can go march to Nagar and ignore these guys. We have to drop this and get public order to delay the rebellion here. Nothing special here. There's some income here. I get public order building. Is there a regiment of renowned Scorpion? That's a good question. There is a sepulchre of stalkers, Ushapti Great Bow, and Necrosphinx. No, Tomb Scorpion. Yeah, we're currently not at war with Marathi. We have a temporary peace treaty, but we're gonna continue that war. There is no point being at war at 2 at a time when we can only have fight 1. So we made a temporary peace, but we resumed war.
Attend your king.
We're gonna get public order with the next technology. Don't worry about the public order. For now, I'll just put the plaza here.
Address me as your highness.
Come is pretty good here.
Find my heart.
Tier 4. Might get lucky and get a tier 4 here. We're gonna unlock another Tomb Prince next turn. We need to want to spy. We can't go spread around like this without spying. Who knows what's in this area? We're gonna get one harasser, a spy. Assault units assassinate. Scout Tomb Prince. So far it's great. So far it's great. Other than a few typos and a wrong icon for melee defense. Not far not wrong. Shabti with great bows, they look very strong. It's armor piercing long range, what not to like. If you can get more ammunition on those, it's gonna be good. You have a mission, seek knowledge. Use a hero to successfully perform an action against the following settlement. Dracula Spire. We must spread our web of curiosity far and wide, Lich Lord. Send our brethren into the world to capture such lore. Aggressive. Does it matter which main trait he has? Aggressive is okay. Might later use him as a fighter. Just care about the assassin, assault, and units of the specialist. We're not gonna wait here.
I am my father's son. See, father, I command.
Yeah. Rat is trespassing. Gonna be a rebellion here.
Oh my god! Have you seen that shit? Holy shit! What the hell?
Hey, business buddy. Thank you for getting support. I can get the Tomb Kings for this guy. Tomb Guards. Tomb Guards. This arm will not do much right now. Corruption cleared here. Military presence 6, characters 3. Characters 3.
My dynasty reigns supreme.
Strict. Strict and +2. All the public order comes here from that army. Kinda need to build this up.
I am my father's
I wonder if you can harass this army. Can? Because you can harass them to death and then attack them.
Address me as your highness.
This is Yeah, this is the one. This is the one we have here.
Desperate time.
We need to get these Sun-Scorcher bones on this guy. Otherwise, this army have like no value. Going towards Nagaron town. Not very healthy, but we have armies. We're gonna get more.
The meddlers. The incantations are wrong.
We do not fear death.
We can out-resolve this. It's gonna be full replenishment next turn.
We'll retrieve it from your corpse.
Sek is good because I need money. We can occupy after. This guy is getting items every battle.
Intervene. Willing son. My will be done.
No!
We should just surround this settlement.
For the mortuary cult.
We're gonna get Casket of Souls next.
Petra watches.
28 Moses infantry, still no AP, but he gets damage. That's a lot of armor. Huge. Repairman building in the sex settlement, it will auto-repair. Rati will probably go for war again. Got actually more timber here, nice. It actually buffed our trade even further.
King of greatest.
I need to besiege this city. If we take Nagaron and beat Nagaron armies outside, we can force Malekith to give us peace treaty and he will lose the capital. Then we take all of these and destroy Malekith after.
Land of the dead.
But as long as the Dark Elves don't have their tier 5 infrastructure, we are safe. This is the plan with this faction, because we are close to Dark Elves. We take down Dark Elves before they get their tier 5. As I don't want to deal with multiple Black Dragons, Hydras, and all those elite infantry.
Dare. Your king demands. Destroy them.
We
We long for death.
cannot win this battle, but we're gonna surround them. If they come outside, we kill them. The Chariots are the main killing force in this army, and in a siege we cannot win. But if they sell you out, which they will, because they have a good army together, we're gonna destroy them. This guy is a Charioteer king. He's powerful Chariots, so we have to fight in the open field. Chariots do nothing in a siege. So we're gonna pretend that we are I mean, we're not gonna pretend anything. We are starving them out. We have Chariots. You wanna fight? Come outside. If you don't want to fight, you're gonna die in that city.
To war.
But they can survive for a long time because it's a port.
Nehekara will be mine.
This is a lord. Is probably the best lord to unlock first.
Destroy all.
He buffs the chariot capacity, buffs the speed of the army, and gives 20% weapon strength for the skeleton chariots and skeleton archer chariots. Also the missile damage. This guy is pretty powerful.
To war for Nehekara.
These numbers are misleading, guys. It's not all about this number here. Take an example, a lot of range characters. This This unit has 12 models, so means 12 archers. The damage is there because the rate of fire, but it does also AP. If you compare it to a Wolf Chariot, the Wolf Chariot does much less damage, but the number is not much different. This unit actually does damage with range. 12 archers,
Oh my
and
god.
they shoot fast
Have you
with a
seen
good
that
AP.
shit? Holy shit. What the hell?
Hey Pokemon, thank you for your support. You have to understand how this works. Compare them with the models. As for example, a unit of skeleton archers have 17 missile damage, 120 models.
To battle for the
So
Creator
the
God.
skeleton archers, in my opinion, will always outdamage a missile chariot in range. The archer on this chariot is pretty much extra thing, extra harassment, extra damage. The main strength of the chariot is moving around fast on the battlefield and hitting it where it hurts. Melee combat, not range.
Be done. Make way. Have risen.
Get quality units on that guy. Can we even get?
Kara rises from the sands.
We can get the two regular chariots.
I'm awake.
Do we need some quality units with their mid shields? This one looks decentish.
Of greatest dynasty.
Okay. What did I want to get next? I want to get this technology, this dynasty here. We have to unlock the wisdom of the third dynasty. This will give us another army capacity, and this is an important technology. We need that public order. As we are expanding, we want to have a more convenient time managing public order. Go for the wisdom of the third dynasty next. I have not seen the catapult in battle yet. No. We're about to see it today. Yeah. I spend money here. That's the question. I don't care about any items right now. Items come after we have dealt with some other things. This is a priority. It's a powerful unit. South is not fortified, and this bothers me a little. Would love to fortify this place. It's vulnerable. It's very expensive to build here because of the climate. Public order here is good. Don't know I'm gonna keep this one in the capital. It's not a good capital building. It will be stabilized and clear the corruption. Yes, after no. Get me obelisk here, which we can't build right now.
My soul yearns.
These guys will sell you out, there is no doubt about it. This is their only army as well.
Request.
They're recruiting tier 4 units. Tier 4 units are nasty for us because we don't have a tier 4 or our own. These guys are in deep shit. Just lost the agreement with them. They're gonna sell you out. There is no way they're gonna stay there. They're gonna stay. What the hell? They heard the stream sniping, man. They heard me talk about chariots. Proclamation of the First Dynasty. We'll check it out. Movement range pretty much buff trade. It's good. It's good, but the money is low. Sure, Domina, sure. So this line is unique to Necrotect. It's around constructs on the campaign map. So the constructs in the battles, heal, armor misses this is buff nearby, and nearby melee attack armor missing damage. This one buffs the replenishment. You can choose one of the three here to increase capacity. We choose the Scorpion Sting. This one is for the construction campaign map. And you can choose, I guess, one of these as well. You can't take all, because that will be overpowered. What was I thinking? And the usual, they have, you know, the fighter skills. But it's more priority here, I think, first. Only guess his chariot. It's probably pointless to buff these things. Low melee defense and armor. It's gonna make him get healed fast. It's also slow. The chariot. Definitely worth investing into combat skills.
Arise, my legions, rise!
Yeah. The road to Nagaron is clear.
See, Father, I command! Tomb Prince of Nehek.
Holy shit, this was taken by somebody's up there.
Advance!
You can only choose one of those skills.
Prince moves!
Only one for the increase of capacity. So one of these three and one of these three. What is this hell is strategy with orcs? Bash them till they're dead. Smork.
To battle for the Creator God!
I can't let these guys recruit tier 4 units. We're gonna get overwhelmed.
To King. Strive to greatness! Summon them!
Yes, Akasta, yeah. We can take those. I'm wondering if this army is even strong enough to take Nagarond. "19 units. Strong towers. Attacking a capital is no joke. You've seen what happened there. Maybe we should just stick to the Hagrave for now and go fight them in the north. These provinces now are exposed. The mountains are also exposed. I should probably go resume war with Moratti, take this capital here, get rid of them here, and push her north into the mountains. Yeah, this is I like this plan more. We need to take this capital with the charioteer guy. We can go here, but then we're gonna have to be careful on the north. Let them rather go south of this rough terrain first. We'll send this guy into the mountains. There is corruption here. This guy is clearing corruption. It's corruption because of Cult of Pleasure. Need to resume our war with Marathi, ignore Nagran for now. It might come from the north. Military presence 20, there's a large army here. I would not be surprised if the Malekith is there, but if Malekith has not lost his initial army, he just has a low tier army. He will not get a high tier army until he loses that one. This army can go take, surround this city, take Walls Anvil and surround this city here. Raise this for the moment. We need to defeat this.
I watch from the shadows.
So, where to move this one? Towards Marathi. Dumin, I don't know. I'm not familiar with these units. We have to investigate them. 8-turn rebellion. That's fine. That's fine. There's no chaos here, right? No. See, you guys seen those chaos rebels? Scared. Chaos rebels are insane. Like 5 units killed half my army. What can Tomb Kings do with their low tier units against Chosen? Okay, this is yeah, just buff the power core here. Yeah, I seen the Skull Reef, yeah. Need to resume our war with Cult of Pleasure. Where is the sandstorm? We have to activate the sandstorm. There is no need for the sandstorm right now. Wow. High elves are fighting each other. Lance Crier was destroyed. The Bowmen of Orion in the Southlands are actually expanding. Captured 800 battle captives in 12 turns. This will happen. Okay, we had this mission before.
Watches. Of the dead.
If we don't take this land, we can start clearing corruption.
Ridiculous.
King of greatest dynasty. I reign.
I wanna get rid of Marathi, save the Rictus here. This is also the last region we are missing for the commandment. This place will rebel.
King of tombs.
And will get deleted from the face of the earth by the chaos.
King of Nehekara. Never tire.
The army is ready to move. We'll trespass here for a point. This should be enough to handle a lot of average stuff. What's going on in the north? Who's there? Is that Malekith? As I thought.
Tomb Prince of the Hekara.
I would say his army is all tier 3, maybe 2 tier 4 units. In money. And sec this and sec that. We're gonna strike at Circle of Destruction.
I am the first sorceress.
This one can strike the Bleak Hole Fortress. We need to get rid of these Dark Elves in this area. Push them north. We don't have any tier 4. We don't have any tier 4. The problem is the growth. And there's a lot of unsuitable climate as well. So it's gonna be a while until that. I even build a growth building here to get it faster. Not sure about this. We need to go slow for this capital. They're not recruiting. I'm not gonna waste time occupying this.
Make way.
Just gonna start raiding here.
It is ours.
The mountains are corrupted. Gonna besiege the city. There are dice here. This is fine still. Just slow the rate of rebellion here. Where are the Greens in the mountains fighting? They're fighting all 3 Dark Elves. These guys have been somewhat useful.
Me and the lads got some time. What do you want?
Keep up the good job. Keep up the good job, man. Venom Glade can get force. Force. It's frozen though. This is gonna be ridiculous costs for this other. I mean, the money is already low, and this costs even more. So it's gonna be building up very slowly. Public order is good. Characters 10. I'm not gonna invest anything here really. Why is the predict income glowing? You guys see this? It's cutting my eyes. Yeah, we resume our war with Marathi.
Dreadlord, awaiting command.
Clan Rictus will survive, I think. This is gonna be bad environment for them, but the legendary doesn't take much attrition from the environment attrition. Oh, they're coming. Good. Because we can't win a siege battle, and they cannot win a field battle. Open field, Ned. Look at the Chariots. I was a horse back then. Holy shit. They sell out this. I don't have any plans for Arcane Blake now. I have plans for Cetra. Two groups for sure. These guys get focused by the range, so they're gonna stay in the back for now. This unit does not get armor buff from the technology like this unit. It's a shame. They'll be very strong. This is the bulk of our army. I'm gonna stay in the back. And this is opportunity unit. They're just gonna stay in the back as well. Let's see what the enemy is doing. See a bolt thrower there. I feel like groups of 3 chariots is good. They have some Blackguard Naga on it. Just have to start shooting. Dodge! Where's the maneuvers? They can one-shot the chariot. Yes, it's harder for them to miss. Just have to start shooting. You can see the damage there. The damage on this missile chariot is good. See the damage there. That's really good damage, especially because of this guy. I mean, look at this, guys. It's good damage. This is a really good unit. This is not just a range unit. It's a hybrid unit. Artillery is actually sniping the chariot. We don't mind the casualties as long as the units don't get destroyed.
We must. The dead do not rest. No slaves.
We can go forward now. Holy shit, the damage on that guy. Is arm piercing? Let's put that shit. Back to the trees. Don't want to contact this unit. I'm just gonna have a bad day today. I have a dark elf in my room. Went straight to my screen, man. Straight to my screen. How am I gonna deal with that dark elf, man? It's somebody needs to have an assassin and some shit. This guy's unpierced, so he wins in 1-1 combat. It's not even the difficulty, he just is armor piercing, he's just stronger. We are under attack, so we don't have to engage that. As long as we have harassment units, we don't have to engage. Those chariots got stuck there in the play guards. Spears are here. This buff we're using, it buffs the weapon damage, opposite damage. Actually, what the? Keep moving, boys, keep moving. This group of chariots should go take a chill. Group 3 is fine. Carrion did a good job, got rid of the artillery, which is back. This guy will get slowly killed here. So I'm gonna engage into another melee there. I'm gonna hit from the right side there. We need to prepare our ethereal warriors there. And the other warrior as well. I'm not good against horses. The hell, guys, don't get stuck, no sticky, no rubber banding. If I give a command, you do the command, you don't stay in combat. Spears are slowly killing those guys. These guys are poisoned, so this guy is getting slowed all the time. Take that first. This is good. This is ideal role for these guys. Just keeping this guy busy. This guy's actually winning against the tier 4. Yeah, their back support units are gone. Losing leadership. Karen did good here. We used him right this time. Waited for the to see what we can attack, and then send the carrion, as a reserve unit. If there's nothing for the carrion to attack, we keep the carrion in the back. This unit is really squishy. The carrion, really squishy. Just opportunity unit. If it fights anything that can defend itself, it's gonna lose. Negatives can be used as melee heroes, yeah, with the chariot and the skills and the items, yes, for sure. For sure. I think it should always be close to a necrotech, close to a construct, because it's gonna be stronger. Necrotech is gonna have support from a construct, construct is gonna have support from necrotech. It's just a very good synergy. did you say? You're not gonna die today? I don't hear you anymore. I don't hear you. It heals, and if the unit is all the units are healed, then it starts to resurrect. It's impressive that we haven't lost any units. We're actually gonna have to take replenishment here. Do we need to take replenishment here? I mean, it's for the best, We have 3 turns increase as well. This money is decent. I will take replenishment.
Many secrets.
Eject, yes. There is room for 4 mid shields.
Shall we bargain?
Non-aggression with Norska. We, as the Tomb Kings, I don't see any faults of doing diplomacy with everybody out of necessity. But all interests should serve the Tomb Kings. We don't care about any factions, but diplomacy is necessary. As long as we get it becoming great again, and diplomacy serves our interests. RJ, yeah, it freezes for a couple seconds. It's almost like it's calculating the outcome of the victory, and so far I have not seen any bad results.
Destroy all! I suspect treachery.
Get them out.
To war for Nehek. Destroy them!
We don't need to go in this battle. We might lose a couple of mid shields.
Legions withdraw!
Yeah, it's fine.
Take it for me.
I'll sake and occupy.
Witness my eternal majesty. Address me as your highness. Address me as your highness.
The tier 2. Holy shit, this is huge. 20 resources and an income. This is huge. This is it's not as strong as for the other faction, but it's a big deal for the Tomb Kings.
I reign.
Lost a mid shield, huh? I get a new mid shield. This guy can recruit him rank 3.
Not to be trusted.
Going for the Canopic Jar Hoarder. Get attend me. This is a feeler, very nice feeler.
Greatness comes.
Okay. We resume our war with Cult of Pleasure. Oh, actually 2 turns. 1 turn penalty is no big deal. I'm not gonna get 2 turn penalty. Next turn.
My dynasty reigns supreme.
How did this not rebel?
Attend your king, slaves. Legions, move! Ambush the foolish.
Ah, this guy was giving public order.
For the mortuary cult.
Pretty good.
Of greatest dynasty. Address me as your highness.
It's gonna be interesting battle.
Challenge me?
Can't let them recruit here.
Your king demands.
I think they're gonna sell you out. We are at disadvantage attacking.
Nehekara will be mine.
Yeah.
Perhaps my older brother. The land of the dead. You forget yourself.
Alec is going for the spire.
My soul yearns. I am my father's son. We are their nightmares.
It's a tier 3 army, maybe 2 tier 4 units, so it's not a problem. Not a problem. Very close, very close. Next turn. Battle, incoming, replenish, and incoming as well. We're gonna deal with Cult of Pleasure and then focus everything on the remaining Dark Elves. We're gonna ignore this area for now. We're gonna try to expand while give with a temporary peace in between. Because we have to also build up these things as well. There's not really rushing. No need to rush it. All this infrastructure will cost millions. And we don't have millions. Just this one city will cost like 200,000. We really need more money. Money comes with these buildings mainly. Then the other ones. Right now we have a good trade. So it's the core building plus income building. As we increase tiers, we'll get some of those income buildings. But right now it's public order issue. I'm working to buffer public order, so we don't need as much. Our main province right now is the Iron Peaks. So I want to invest further into Iron Peaks. The capital is going to grow too slow. Problem with the Iron Peaks is it's unsuitable climate. Unpleasant. It costs more to build up. This one will get fortified. Tier 5, so I don't need to go for tier 4 here. Yeah. Go get force here as well. Malik is coming here. I don't need this guy to deal with Marathi. This guy can deal with Marathi as well. But we're gonna deal it fast. Even if we lose this, that, or this, doesn't matter. Need the income like over 5,000 a turn. And even that will not be enough for all these buildings. Because it got delayed here.
You are wise indeed to approach me. Maybe a deal can be brokered.
It's happening next turn, friend. Next turn. Look at that ninja, man. Look at that ninja. There is a superior army in the area. He can't win. His walls. That's why he did it. He sacked the place right when she left it and ran back to his behind the walls. That was a Skaven move. That was a Skaven move. Clip that shit. That was classic Skaven move. Sack the city behind the enemy and go back behind the walls. That is intelligence, guys. Intelligence. This is not the first time this Skaven shows intelligence. Okay. This is our fourth army. No, this is a third army, not fourth. Third.
Curse them all.
So what kind of terrain can we get here? This damage looks really good on this thing. It's an armor-piercing catapult. Fire 21 magical ammunition. There you go, Got a permission. Decided to take 3 skills, events. That is Skaven. Look at that ninja, man. Look at that ninja. There is a superior army in the area. He can't win. His walls. That's why he did it. He sacked the place right when she left it and ran back to his behind the walls. That was a Skaven move. That was a Skaven move. Clip that shit. Okay, that's good. Let me try to make this on the exceptions. One moment. Somebody try to link that thing again. I think it should work now. What does it shoot? I don't know. This is the first time I see this thing. Those skeletons are naked. Yeah, good thing this is a mature stream. Okay. 380 range. Okay, so we have our mid shields. We have our tier 2 infantry, and we have our archers. Very straightforward army here. We have our king, and we have our priest. The hell? Shooting magical skulls. They explode as well. Let me see the damage on this unit. Can I try to guide this? No. That's good damage. It's good splash as well. Definitely want to deal with that lord there. Damage those guys a little. I'm gonna take otherwise too much damage.
My will be done.
The archers are doing most of the work right now. Losing bodies, you know. I have a lot of firepower here. It's a rout.
Bow to me.
The king is still alive. That is a Nehek. They're winning against a lord. That's better damage, bonus with infantry. Clear, boys. She did a lot of damage. It's definitely better at melee than the Tomb King. But look at Squish. Better duelist. Look at those guys. What you got running into? Crazy! Guys, kill them! They're pretending to be one of you. Yeah, the catapult's pretty cool. They must have been saying Hail Cetra. Long live Cetra. So the skeleton's gone confused. Did lost 2 mid shields, but the mid shields are replaceable. We're actually gonna harvest organs here.
The desert gods bless me.
Ooh, surprise! Yeah.
The desert gods bless me.
Skeleton warriors, they have a silver shield. They have no missile resistance. Silver shields.
Never. All shall perish. Not to be trusted.
Needs to get the sun-scorched bones.
Destroy all.
Yeah.
Poor Lord Keeper. Shatter their bones.
Its balance of power is bizarre. Bizarre. But they do have still units here. We have to track this time.
For the Creator God.
Outer is always bad here. Just several units diminish. It's a follow-up battle. We have a special conditions when I use Auto Resolve. It's usually against diminished forces, follow-up battles, small forces, sometimes against rebellions, but only if the balance of power is right. More often in the later stages of the game. We never Auto Resolve large battles, no matter the balance of power. This guy only got tricked by that high elf. Gonna clear the wall of the archers. This is nice artillery. I can see why it's tier 3. We don't have the buff. Pretty good range damage. Better be careful, Dark Elves. There's a lot of boners snoking. Well, when you're manually fighting, you use the units. So you might not. This unit might not be getting any experience. So whichever units you're fighting, they're getting experience. As the units they deal damage, they get experience. Some targets give more experience than the others. So manually, it's depending who you use, how you use it. While auto resolve, it all depends on the composition against the enemy composition. Usually the range gets experience first. But over time, all the units will start slowly gain experience. Ninja! Range units, no matter what, they gain more experience than melee units. Melee battle, auto-resolve battle, doesn't matter. Range units, they do damage. They do damage all the time. Come on, man, we're not gonna kill her. There's extra money there. High. This bar is so off. This thing has way more range in manual shooting. Hydra's favorite auto-resolve causes the bread. Hydra is devastating to infantry. El Blaster is also devastating when used right.
The realm of souls fills with my foes.
The Druki don't play nicely.
We just destroyed the faction, very nice. That's the capital. We automatically get the resources, very nice.
Address me as your highness.
Look at this, immediately can recruit troops. Our trade also went up 300 to 400. Now we can also take this settlement here. Makes sense, but it's not a priority right now. We don't have money to develop it. No rush. No rush. 4,000 way more important. There's gonna be so much infrastructure to be improved, and the money is gonna be tight. Very tight. Which book of the Nagash we have right now? The one, the second for the trade. It's didn't look strong at first, but it's actually strong. Use the 300 jars. Yeah, thank you for reminding me. We're gonna get the Venom Knights of Asaf. Looks like a very powerful unit. Who is gonna get the Venom Knights? Should put it in one of the weaker armies. Here.
Submit to your king.
Warboss, in it!
Look at these guys. Good job, boys. Good job. The Greenskins actually been doing good in Nagaroth.
Submit to your king. Priest king.
This looks a very powerful unit. This is a really fun faction play. If you wanna hear my thoughts so far about the faction and what I think, check the beginning of this video. Beginning of the video, the moment we loaded the campaign. We talk plenty there, plenty there.
I suspect treachery. Tomb King of Nehek.
Can't let her escape. It's very important to get deal with her.
Of the deep warrens.
So we need to fortify these points as well.
Mighty am I.
He has Stormworm and artillery. Oh, he's getting the good shit. Tier 4, very nice. She can move far. She could march here. But she also in a bad spot here. The Skaven will take the settlement from us, and this allows us trade. It's priority to take the Circle of Destruction. It's a 1 turn penalty here, which should probably drop to trustworthy here. Bannable, even better. So no major penalty for betraying the peace treaty, 1 turn remaining. And we get the Casket of Souls. He actually gets pretty good armor with the mounts. He really needs it. So I'm not sure what this is. Looks like a slow artillery unit. We'll see in the battle. The Tomb Kings will be on the map. This is looks like a powerful mount.
The day of awakening. Grand Hierophant Kadeb.
Yeah.
Lich Lord.
We are unlocking spells. We already have one spell that is good. We don't really need to get other ones. The Tomb Kings don't have good quality in the beginning, so the battle skills are very important.
Land of the dead. The desert gods bless me.
Good. This garrison is too much. We need a field battle. Even a field battle will be struggle. 2 Dread Knights.
Address me as your highness.
No, this is tough for this guy. Tough.
Royal
He needs to hold the head grave here.
Priest king of greatest dynasty.
For attend me. So the notification work for this character regardless of the options.
Find my harem.
How many regions do we have now? 19. We're gonna get rid of the elves here, the dark elves. Then the dark elves in the center and the north. Taking over the continent.
Trenched Craven Tail.
This guy will just stay in the city, I think. Yeah.
This way! You dare!
I'll try to harass him.
Father, I command! We are their nightmares!
Ow. Follower at 50% line of sight, holy shit. The strongest one yet.
Dark fleshlings. Exiles in necromancy.
These are the books on Nagash for their normal victory condition. You collect 5 books. You need to get the Pyramid of Nagash, and then there is a final battle.
You forget yourself.
Get public order here. Control the Shadowwood. Shadowwood is a nice province. We're taking over the central mountains. We'll take the coast. We'll ignore this part here because the Skaven are buffering. And I guess we continue here. I sent 2 armies so I can take the capital. Our relation with Mazdamundi should be good again because of the war with the Dark Elves. The great power penalty increased, so they're deteriorating. I need battles against Cult of Pleasure. I need to harass their enemies. Still should be fine. Next great power penalty might make it worse. Where do you get the books? You find them on the campaign map. So, for example, there is a 4th book of Nagash next to us. It's guarded by a super rogue army. You guys take a minute and admire this army. I'm gonna get a drink. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Thrice cursed elves. my king, not theirs.
Guys, I'm getting a coffee and need to store the food, so gonna take a few extra minutes. And while I'm doing it, I might as well make the highlight of the earlier impressions of the Tomb King so far, and what I think about the faction. So it'll be 5-10 minutes. 5-10 minutes.